In the quiet of the night,
Ladies,
I hear a whisper in the wild,
gentlemen, welcome
fragile tone that pulls
to the
me
guitar
gently
angle.
through
Angle,
the fire.
angle.
Every chord remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes a name.
Every note becomes your name.
I'm reaching through the frequencies.
That's right.
But nothing sounds the same. I feel the air around me.
Do you feel it?
Like a truth I can't let go.
The athleticism,
Inside the silence,
the electric guitar,
me back home.
the distortion,
I'm falling
the amp on the stage,
where the shadows
the crowd going wild. Do you feel it?
you leave behind is the one
Oh, baby, 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 baby. Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorenzo.
I need you to buckle up.
Voices in the undertow.
I need you to get ready. Because we're about to begin the most athletic stream ever. And so, start the clock.
Of Sorenzo. The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me again. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence, calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow. And every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Plug in the power, feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head banging, mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Electric in my veins, supercharged, but I'm still unchained. Screw classical players, let them fade. 'Cause I set the stage on fire.
Ooh. Oh,
Shredding through the
baby, baby, baby.
Boss mode riffs in a pixel arcade.
I mean-
Smoke rising from the amp on stage. I get you all
I mean, what can I say?
you feel.
Can you feel it?
Static
rising.
Synthesize
Ladies,
all my power.
gentlemen. Oh, my, ladies and gentlemen.
Break the meter.
Watch me break the meter
Take it deeper.
and take it deeper.
Turn it up.
Turn it up!
Turn it up.
Turn me up! Ah, my, ladies, gentlemen. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday morning. I don't know where you are in this world. Welcome to the Guitar Angle. I am Mr. Sorenzo, your host with the most. And ooh, baby, I gotta tell you something. Man. I'm excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here because we have one heck of a stream for you today. The items on the dockets are pretty unique this stream. I'm telling you. First, we're gonna talk about a new Ibanez model, which is an awesome model, but then we're gonna talk about later down the stream, we're gonna talk about some limited edition stuff that came out by ESP and Gibson, the Addiction series from Gibson, a bunch of specced out explorers. We're gonna talk about those. Then we're gonna talk about a couple of articles here and there, a couple of weird stuff that was going on in the guitar market that I wanted to bring up, and then at the very end, we might touch on a famous affordable model that is no longer affordable. Famous-ish, especially in Asia Pacific. We're gonna talk about those models, but boy, I gotta tell you, the two items on the limited edition stuff is gonna be an insane talk. And boy, oh boy, I gotta tell you, I had one heck of a weekend. Whole lot of stuff happened. The reason we couldn't have our Saturday evening stream, and I'll tell you about it on this stream today as well. Let's get started. Zuhair! Started right off the bat. Sorenzo, I have a problem. How are you? I'm good, man. How are you? What happened? All right, let's tone this music down a little. Tone the music down a little. Let's play something we can, like, use to focus a little on the items on the docket. Let's do that. How about that? Okay? Let's not let's not blow things out of proportion. And we're going to play something a little bit more relaxing. And then we're going to talk about the streams on the docket. The docket of the stream, rather. And then go from there. All right. So, guys, but one quick note before we start. Firstly, is that my apologies for not having our regular stream on Saturday evening, Sunday morning. If you're in the United States, that'll be Saturday evening. Australia and Japanese viewers, that'll be, Sunday morning. So sorry for not having to, not having the stream on that regular time. The reason for it was I was attending a guitar refretting masterclass. We had one of the best luthiers / guitar technicians in Australia doing master workshops, and I attended that, and it was fantastic. It was a great workshop. It's really eye-opening, and I'll share the knowledge with you guys as I go. And we're going to be using that knowledge to also do fret changes, refretting, and services, things of that nature live for you guys. So for one of the streams, either the next one or the one after, maybe, I'll be doing a pickup change live on the stream, and then a little later, maybe somewhere early in March, early mid-March, we'll start doing refretting stuff. So, but that was the reason why I wasn't there. There was a 2-day workshop that went for like a whole day, 9 o'clock till 5. And I was doing that, and then by the time it was done, there was nothing left of me to, to do anything else. So that was the reason why we didn't have last week's stream, and we're making up for it today. Zuhair says, I bought a new guitar. Oh, nice. West Creek Helix. You've been talking about it for a while. There is always a constant noise like feedback, and it's annoying. It goes away when I touch the strings. Okay. I researched it. It could be a grounding or wiring issue, you think? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so when you... Hold on a second. My mic is too loud. That's better. Okay. Give me a second. Let me just get the sound right. Okay. You're right. Okay. When you plug in a guitar, a minimal amount of noise is expected, right? And by the way, one quick thing before we even get into it, when you're checking the noise levels of your guitar, if you use multi-effect pedals, make sure that anything that would suppress the noise is completely turned off. Any effect, right? So whether that'll be, your noise gate or any similar effects that would cut the noise after a certain decibel, just make sure that is turned off. So you really want to assess the raw signal of the guitar for that. Not raw signal as if not without noise reduction, right? Clean and distorted. So that's the first thing. That's you want to have an objective baseline for the assessment. Now, guitar noise. A minimal guitar noise is expected. However, when you touch the strings or any metal part on the guitar, if there is a significant change in the noise, you're right. It could potentially be. There's a high chance that this is a grounding issue. So one way to check it is you can have a multimeter, and you can assess the conductance in different parts of your guitar and narrow down. That's one of the things I like to do. So if you know what a multimeter is, and if you don't have them at home, you can buy it really cheaply. Give me a second. Multimeter. Here we go. Okay, so that's a multimeter. And essentially it allows you to assess the resistance, conductance. Different multimeters work a little differently. But essentially you put these two, it's on Amazon, there we go. You essentially put these two red and black pointy bits, right, on different parts of your guitar, and it tells you exactly how well conducted, how well connected these parts are electrically, right? You just have to make sure. See this thing down here? where it says 2000 at 6 o'clock and then 200 at 6:30, and then there is this weird signal, like an audio signal at like 5 o'clock, so between 200 and the out. You want to put your multimeter on that, the infinity mode, and then use these two black and red pointy things to then assess how electrically connected the different parts of your guitars are. And then you want to make sure every part is basically one way or the other, directly or indirectly, grounded, and usually the grounding is on the volume pot, right? So if you tell me what you said, it's a West Creek Helix. And it shouldn't be complicated. West Creek Helix. Do you have a specific body, Zuhair? Oh, good God, you bought the Explorer, didn't you? Holy sh. What's the specific model? The Ocean Blue? Yeah, but what specific model? The Telecaster, okay. Hold on. West Creek Telecaster, where are we? Why is it blurry and why can't I see it? What's happening here? West Creek Guitars. Okay, something weird's going on this website. Alright, go back. West Creek Helix, Telecaster, Ocean Blue. Okay. Got it. Okay, it's not on the website. Alright, so this one, I guess, right? That looks beautiful, by the way. Can I tell you something? Dude, that looks awesome. If that's the one you bought. Okay. The darker blue. Okay, I know what you're... It's this one. Next to it. Ah, this one. Okay. That looks awesome, too. Look at that. Nice inlays. Nice inlay work. Okay, so this is it's not a complicated guitar in terms of wiring, right? So you have a volume and a tone knob and a kill switch. So if you look at your volume pot, if you open the back of the guitar and then you look at your volume pot, so you open this bit, this compartment, right? So this is for your pickup switch, this is for your floating bridge, and this is for your, Oh, sorry, my bad. This is not a usual thing as a kill switch. I'll take back what I said, sorry. This is for the kill switch, this is for the rest of the stuff. So you open this compartment, and then you check the wiring of anything that goes to your volume pot. And if you find something that is not as well connected or a cold joint in the solder, just re-solder it basically, and you'll be okay. But in all likelihood, it has to do with that. One other thing you can do to help it out is that you can either apply conductive paint to all these cavities or put copper foil in it. So basically what it does, it creates a Faraday cage. And then that also helps. These are the two things you can do. I found if you're doing it at home, copper foil is probably a far better way to go. It's a lot easier and it's just as effective as conductive paint. With conductive paint, you have to apply a couple, 2 or 3 coats, and you have to wait 2 days, 1 or 2 days in between. It's annoying. Not 1 or 2 days, just 1 day, but you get the point. So yeah. Zver says, whoa, you learned about guitar refretting, so take off frets, install new frets. Yeah, so I actually knew how to do it a little. And so I took this master class to really dig deep into the knowledge. And the guy is one of the best luthiers and guitar techs in Melbourne. He, funny enough, is moving to Arizona for good in a couple of weeks. So that was the last workshop he did. And yeah, so I went there. There was a few other people there, and the guy is just insane good. Just unbelievable. So many things I used to do my own way. and he would just be like, he will explain to you why, like, for some of this stuff, the old school way is actually better. Like, for example, when it comes to shaping your fret and crowning your frets, I just would use the, you know, the crowning tool, and he would actually show you how to properly file it with hand. Like, insane. And I'll share that knowledge. I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to share everything I learned as we go. I've ordered a couple of guitar necks, and so with a bunch of equipment and all that, so that I can actually show you guys on the stream how it works. Yeah, you'll love it. If you're into these stuff, you'll love it. And the best part about it is that obviously not only are you going to save a lot of money if you know how to do it yourself, but like you can look at stuff now, like guitars, and figure out whether they've done a good job or not at it and why. You know, it's great. Just it's a great gift of knowledge. Yeah. Zuhair says that minimal noise happens on my PRS and Ibanez too. It's acceptable, but with the Wesker it gets louder and annoying. Okay, yeah, it could be that then. Yeah. Yeah. Zuhair says, gotcha, can't thank you enough. Never used multimeter or did this ground checking before, so may go to a tech. I'm gonna take notes. Yeah, anytime, man. Glad to help. Yeah. Yeah, go to a tech if you're not sure. But you know, if you can like borrow a multimeter, or if somebody you know has one, that might save you a trip and a few bucks. But yeah, if you're not sure, take it to a tech. That's always the best way to go. This is like, I remember, when was it? I did this video. I haven't posted that video yet. It's the next long format that is going to come out soon. In that video, one of the things I say is that, look, I teach guitar and I talk about these technical aspects. And as a guitar player or as a hobbyist, you don't need to know how to change pickups, how to check wiring, how to change frets, yada yada, right? But what I think it's important to have as a guitar player is it's important that you know your first aid, right? Like, you know, when somebody like, you know, or a friend, something happens to them, if you know the basics of first aid, that's going to help them a lot on the spot for a lot of the issues. And then, like, if, you know, things are really bad, then you take them to the ER. You take them to the doctor. Do you know what I mean? Like, you take them to a doctor when you need to, but you don't go to a doctor for like a Band-Aid, right? Because you just know, you know, you apply some disinfectant or alcohol swab, and then you put a thing on it, Band-Aid on it, you're good, right? And knowing these little things about your guitar are just like that. You know, I think as a guitar player, it's really, really good if everybody knows a little bit of first aid on their electric guitar. And then if the guitar is really sick, then take it to a doctor or guitar tech. That's the analogy I used in that video, which is going to come out soon. So, yeah. All right. If you guys are ready to go, if you're ready, shall we talk about the next, the first, not even, we haven't even got to the next item on the docket yet. Shall we talk about the first item on the docket? Let's talk about the first item on the docket that I want to show you guys, like, so hard. So, Gibson guitars came out with something insane, a little insane. And when I show you, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so there is a master and artisan called Leo Scala. That he's obviously a master luthier, but a lot of his work involves in sort of aging, creating custom guitars, things of that nature. And I don't think he works inside, like, or does anything directly with the Murphy Lab, which is basically, you know, the Murphy Lab, right? But Leo Scala did this, I think, about 10 guitars, 10 Explorers, that they all got sold out within like minutes. You know, it was crazy. And Gibson did a documentary, not a documentary, like a 40-minute introduction video to it. So they go to Leo Scala's workshop and they talk and play about each of these guitars, each of these guitars, talk about each of these guitars. And I thought some of these were kind of interesting. Not all of them, but some of them were kind of interesting. So these are the 10 Explorers. and they all sold out. And they were like freaking 30,000 US dollars, like ridiculous price tags. Like it's insane, right? So, you know, you get something that is a little less relict, then you get it slightly more relict, and then even more relict, and then kind of out of its mind, right? Now, to be completely honest with you, the 9 of 10 are like look like they're normally relic. I'll be honest with you. I watched that 40-minute video with that Gibson had on the YouTube channel. They're really just like any other relic work that you get from whatever. Not on Explorers. Usually you don't get these kind of works on Explorers. You get it on Les Pauls, but you guys get the idea. The one that really piqued my interest was this one, the most expensive one, but you know, the most relic one as well, because this one wasn't just like a relicking thing. There was a lot more going on here. Vadim says, "Que pasa, compadre? Que pasa, compadre? How are you? How you doing, man? Good to see you." How do you say compadre in Russian? Comrade? Is that how you say it? Comrade, right? Tolerable. Right. No, this was the thing that this guitar was the thing that kind of got me a little interested, and the reason for that was that they didn't actually just relic this. They used, like, they did actual artwork on this baby. Yeah. Vadim says, "No, nobody uses Comrade here ever." Yeah, right, okay. Things have changed, okay. Those days are long gone, huh? So, check this out. So like I said, what's interesting about this is that it's not just mere relicking. So for example, you got these things going on the tuning knobs. You have an aged, sort of like a cut-in thing going on that says Addiction. You have a vibrola that has a completely different angle and size in its handle to like a usual vibrolas that you get. So this actually might look a little old, but the positioning of the vibrola is a lot more modern, right? And there was a really specific, sort of like a proprietary technique that they used to change the color of the tuning pegs, like the tuning keys. And these are not just painted, by the way. It's like a transparent, sort of like a piece of rubber or whatever that material is, whatever plastic composite it is. It has gone through a process for its colors to change like that. It's not just like painted over, if you know what I mean. So this, I thought it was interesting because, like, more often than not, when guitars are aged, they're just aged to look like old guitars. Whereas this one, it was aged not just to look like an old guitar, but it was like some artistic thing going on there. And that was the thing I appreciated about it. Yeah. Dorotio says, "Live stream on a Monday afternoon, bruh." Yeah, I know, man. How you doing? So this is the replacement stream for the Saturday night stream that we couldn't do. I told everyone earlier on the stream that the reason we couldn't do the Saturday evening stream was because I was attending a guitar refretting masterclass. It was a master workshop that one of the best luthiers / techs was running before he permanently leaves to Arizona. So I took advantage of that, and it was a phenomenal workshop. I'll share all the knowledge with everybody here. I've ordered some new equipment. I've got a couple of nicks ordered. I'll be doing a lot of those refretting and all the new knowledge that I gained on stream. Like, one of the stuff I learned, by the way, was that, again, like I told Zuhair earlier on, about reshaping and recrowning techniques. Like, it's insane stuff. Like, you would think, all right, you just put the crowning tool and just rub it and you're good to go. There's a far better way to do it. Stuff you learn, man. I'll share all of it with everybody as we go. But going back to the guitar, another thing that I thought it was awesome was the case. Not gonna lie. Usually the case is not like a huge highlight, but I really appreciate the amount of work they put on the case too. So all the hardware on the case is also aged, as you guys can see. And inside of it looks superb. Like, I dig that orange color. So I thought that was like a really nice touch to the guitars. This is the guitar's certification. So this is the cert of authenticity that the master artisan Leo Scala put in that. I thought that was kind of nice. Your back plate, your electronic cover, your Gibson logo is a little nice and higher than your average logos there, right next to the screw. And this is the coloring of the wings that I told you guys about, the tuning keys. Yeah. Now, on the pickup switch is interesting. It says hell and back. So you go to the hell and back. That's kind of the bit of a wordplay they did there. And they got, by the way, they come with like custom straps as well with the guitar. Yeah. I thought it looks awesome. As you guys know me, I'm not the biggest, craziest fan of Gibson guitars overall. Like, I'm not that too big about them. But I really appreciated this. I thought that this is artwork. This is not just some relicking to make a guitar look old. This is actual artwork, so I loved it. I thought that was great. Yeah. Zuhair says the outside of a garbage container look. Yeah. Yeah. New York subway trash can artwork. Zuhair says I'm ambivalent about this design. I hear you. Dorothy says, you sure did I remember. Was it Scar My Guitar Luthier? Not sure if I follow you there, dude. Elaborate. Vadim says, friend. I can't read that Russian thing. The Russian word. Sounds like drug in English, I think. Okay. Zuhair says, can you look up Rolf Kasparek, one of my favorite heavy metal musicians from Running Wild? I think he uses this type of guitars. Does he? Yeah. Regarding the fretting masterclass, you said? Okay, you sure did. I remember. Was it Scar My Guitar Luthier? I don't know if he... Give me a second. Hola. Give me a second. No, it wasn't him. That's a different person, Dorothea. Different person, yeah. Alright, so Zuhair says, look at Rolf Kasparek. Rolf Kasparek. Yeah, he uses an Explorer. Yeah. Yeah. That's him. That is Rolf Kasparek. That's it. Yeah, he uses an Explorer too. So yeah, there we go. Alright, let's look at the specs of this baby, shall we? Do we have a specs sheet on this at all? Or did Gibson really just leave everything in that video and did not update the website at all? I swear to God, they didn't update the website with nothing. Like, there's absolutely no spec sheet on this thing. Oh, God. Thanks. All right. We know now. Okay. The only thing I know about this, couple of things. If I'm not mistaken, the bodies I know are made of Carina. They're Carina Explorers. And that's all I know. I don't even know if the pickups are custom buckers. I don't think they mentioned it in that 40-minute video either. Yeah. Bobber says, my biggest disappointment with Gibson is their refusal to use maple fretboards. I would kill for a Les Paul with a natural or baked maple fretboard. I hear ya. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think they use maple fretboards, do they? Not often. Not often. Okay, so here's the thing with Gibson. Can I tell you guys something? When I was in my refretting masterclass over the weekend, the thing I learned, the thing that occurred to me, and I jokingly told Michael, the instructor, the luthier, the more I learn about Gibson, like the technical aspects of the guitar build, the less it makes me want it. I'll be completely honest with you. And yesterday, I actually spoke with a guitar player who was like, listen, I know that like brands like PRS or Nags or a whole lot of other brands have a far better quality, but it's just Gibson has like a magic in my hands, and a lot of people are in the same boat, and I get it. Like, for two main reasons, right? Like, all the guitar heroes, like in the 50s, were either on Fender or Gibson, so you've seen a lot of people play Gibsons that you love, and their marketing as a prestige brand is not bad at all, right? And everybody still talks about Gibson, so I get it. I get that. I don't want to call it a social contagion, but you get the point I'm trying to make, right? I have a little bit of it too. Like, even to me, and I'm not a big fan of them, but I look at, like, when I see a Gibson brand, it's like, what comes to my mind is expensive and whatever, like prestige. But the reality is that the more I learn about, like, I'm not too big on Gibsons, but the more I learn about the technicalities of the build, the less it makes me want it. It really is. I'll give you guys an example. So, as this is really easy, as you guys know, with Gibson pickup wiring, right? One of the major differences between a Gibson wiring and a normal wiring, like on every other guitar, is that your grounding wire in a Gibson is sort of like wrapped around your hot wire, as opposed to it being a separate grounding wire, right? So, hold on. Here we go. That's a nice diagram. So, see this? See this like gray dotted line here? Right? That is the ground wire that engulfs the hot wire. So the hot wire is actually inside, and what you have to do is like to peel part of the ground wire and then solder it to your volume knob or whatever for you to then, to ground your wiring, to ground your pickups, right? So that's one of the things. This is like a very Gibson specific thing, right? Whereas most wiring diagrams, like most wiring systems, like guitar pickup wiring system, I think I saw like, oh, there we go. Perfect. This is like a perfect image. Here we go. And I think the guy just took it. This is a Seymour Duncan diagram. There you go. As you guys can see, most other brands have like their own like separate wiring ground. So Seymour Duncan, we know that there's a separate ground wire there. DiMarzio's, we know that they have that. Fenders, Jackson, Peavy's, Bill Lawrence, we know, like, they got a separate grounding wire. Gibson is the only one that sort of the thing like engulfs the hot wire there. So like that's one of the differences. Now, this is not that big of a deal in a normal cavity, but if the cavity you're working with is a little tight, I just find having to peel that thing a little annoying. That's the first thing. Another thing is that, for example, if you want to change the nut on your Gibson guitar for whatever reason, right? With the Gibsons, the finish on here we go. This is like not a bad photo at all. just going on back to the same guitar. Can you guys see this bit? So essentially the way this works is that you know, hit the nut with a fret hammer a little bit, gently tap it, and you detach the nut from the guitar. The problem with doing that on Gibsons is that like the bottom third, the bottom quarter of the nut has finish on it, is the continuation of the finish of the guitar neck on it. So you got to be extra careful when you do it, and then when you put it back on, there's extra hassle to make the whole thing look consistent. So like again, unnecessary, annoying. You know what I mean? So it's that. Or another one is obviously talking about the nut. Another issue, for example, with Gibson Les Pauls, right? So if I go to Gibson Les Paul headstock, right? Where are we? Something, can I get that? Oh, there we go. Right? Because the wires, where's the headstock? All right. So because the strings, not wires, because the strings are divergent away from the headstock, right? You're going to have to cut your knot slots a little differently if you want your guitar to have a good tuning stability. Right? Again, just extra hassle to go through to make the thing work. And then these are not like difficult changes individually. You know what I mean? So individually, they're not difficult changes, but all of these coming in combined together, it's just like, as a person that likes to work on his own guitars, I just feel like the more I know about these things, the less I'm inclined to buy a Gibson. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, there we go. Vadim says, I like that on one picture it has a strap pin and the other one it doesn't. Where? Which? Where were we talking about? Hold on. Strap pin. Where did you see that? Where's the strap pin? So that's the strap pin here and there. Yeah, all the photos got it. This guitar is one of one. I'm not sure what you mean by that, dude. Yeah. Zuhair asks, is soldering easy to learn? Oh yeah, it's really easy. It's not that hard at all. And you can buy like cheap soldering irons from Amazon. They're a little harder to work with because they don't heat up as well, but they're workable. I got a really cheap soldering iron at home and I use it and it kind of works. Do I have any tips? Yeah, look, there are so many online tutorials that you can use to learn them. And there are like soldering practice packs. So if you like, I know there's a lot of Amazon sort of like package deals. You buy a soldering iron, everything else you need. And then with that also comes like a bunch of not metal pieces, like, I don't know what you call it. Different like boards, for lack of a better word, that actually you can practice soldering on them. It has, yeah, it has everything. So yeah, you can buy one of those and watch some tutorials on YouTube and just practice there. And then once you're comfortable with it, you can play around with the guitar. Yeah. Zuhair says, gotta go. Let me know later. Be safe. All right, man. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Vadim says, Explorer from Trash Can. First photo. Ah, you're right. You're right. It is missing. This, Vadim, is a $40,000 US dollars. This is a $40,000 guitar, and Gibson couldn't put a spec sheet or a consistent photo here. You're right. Could it be? Could it be that they were taking a photo of it and the pin just dropped on a $40,000 guitar? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just like the one guitar Gibson did that I thought, all right, this is a good guitar. Like, let's talk about the artistry. Look what happened. Dude, how did you even notice this? The sharp eyes you got. I wouldn't even, like, it I wouldn't even, yeah. Shaolin, what's happening, man? How are you? Shaolin says, nice glasses. Thank you, sir. Looks like you've learned how to hide that weed eyes redness. Oh, God, again. Touche. Touche. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, my eyes are exhausted, by the way. Can I tell you guys? My eyes are... I've been so on screen as of late. Like, my eyes are dead. And so this thing really helps. Vadim says, I'm insane on some stuff. Now, dude, that was like keen eye. Shaolin says, easy to notice things when you're not high. Thanks, man. It means a lot. Counter-Strike school. Yeah, man. I'm not sure if you watched, it was like last year I saw one of the competitions on Twitch. I was just like browsing around. Like I wasn't looking for Counter-Strike content. And just by accident, I came across like this world competition. I didn't know any of the players or the teams. The level of the competition is high, man. Like they need a pixel to do a headshot. It like Counter-Strike is like it's pretty surgical. It's insane. I was just looking. I remember I was just looking for something to play in the background while I'm practicing. Like I don't even remember what I was practicing, but I was practicing something. And I'm like, all right, let's just play something in the background. And the next thing you know, it's there. And I was like, Shaolin says, that guitar is already sold, by the way. You're right. Not just this guitar, all 10 of these Addiction Artisan series that Leo Scala made, all 10 of them were sold like right away. Like none of them really, yeah. But then to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, like these, like out of the 10, 9 of them, 8 of them look like just your normal Carina Explorer that is relicked a little. You know what I mean? It's really this piece and this piece that are really unique. Other than that, the rest of them are just like, I don't understand why would somebody pay, what is this? $25,000 for this guitar. I just don't understand. Yeah. I want to buy that guitar just so that I could try and send it back by claiming that it has a blemish. You could do that. Don't be surprised if Gibson sues you. Because at this rate, they probably go after their own customers too. Like next thing you know, yeah, Caesar Guayquian. I don't know much about his, leadership style or guitar building skills or things of that nature. But boy, the man is heavy-handed when it comes to like lawsuits and everything. He really is. You guys remember when the Trump guitars came out, the Trump Les Paul guitars came out, that they were selling like for $100,000 that the president himself signed them. Those guitars, there was rumors about them being made in China. I don't know if that's true or not. But the thing that was like the funniest thing for me in that story was that Gibson sued them. Gibson literally sued the president's team for trying to sell those guitars. I'm like, Gibson doesn't care. Like, they don't care if you're president or not. They will sue you. So that was hilarious. Yeah. But anyways, man, I thought to bring that up. If you guys are interested in watching that, not a documentary, but that like 40-minute video about these guitars, and they talk about them. They market them mostly, but there are some, like a few pieces that has nice information in it. If you guys are interested in that, check it out. It's on Gibson's website, which I thought that was like kind of interesting to talk about. Now, one more talking about weird stuff, talking about unusual stuff. I saw this. Shalin says Gibsons suck as corporate. Yeah, I don't know if they suck or not. Like, I don't know if they will be, if they were like, I don't know about their earnings. I don't know what's going on with them, so I can't say. But like, this amount of lawsuits and parallel with this amount of like quality issues, maybe put all those resources and work on your QC, and even some. Here's the thing, right? Any company can change my mind. That's the thing about me, right? I genuinely do my best to be an objective judge of a guitar. So I'm a massive PRS fan. You guys shouldn't be surprised if, God forbid, like, say for example, Paul leaves the company, like PRS, and the quality drops, and me coming here and talking about it, saying how much I no longer like him for these particular reasons. Gibson can change my, like, I'm pretty open to it. Come in, do a phenomenal job with your quality, make it like pristine. Don't just like ride on this old brand. Just give something like of significance, and we'll turn. Like, we're not, like, I'm not gonna tie a guitar brand to my identity and define myself with it. Give me good guitars, I'll praise you for it, Dorothea says, will do. Shaolin says, I don't like the way they sue everyone. Dean been making V's since the 70s, and all of a sudden they sue Dean. And Dean sucks as well, by the way. Yeah, look, the Dean, and again, the V's and the Explorers. So Gibson lawsuit against the Deans was the V's and the Explorer. Which, Dean did kind of copy in a way. But then, for God's sake, are we going to sue every single company that makes Telecaster and Strat-shaped guitars? Like, 99% of the industry? You know where I'm coming from? Like, Strat and Tele shapes are like, I don't know, like that's like the biggest chunk of the guitar industry. Are we going to sue everybody that makes those? I don't know it. I don't know. Can I tell you guys a funny story? So, in last year's Melbourne Guitar Show, I was having a chat with the Dean Guitars sales rep, and they had an unusually bigger presence in the guitar show last year than usual, because usually their booths are not that big. But last year the booth was slightly bigger, and I was having a chat with the sales rep, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on with this? Like, what's going on? Like, I know you guys are dealing with your, like, Gibson lawsuits and everything. I wasn't expecting a bigger presence. Like, what I was expecting would be probably smaller because of all the stuff you're dealing with. What's going on? And he was like, yeah, you're right. These are all the models we can't sell in the US. So we brought them to Australia. We're trying to sell them here. So all of these Visa Explorers and models that they couldn't sell in America because of the lawsuits, they were taking them to different guitar shows anywhere that is not America and trying to sell them there. It was hilarious. I was in tears laughing. He was laughing. I was laughing. So they do these kind of things. Yeah. Shalon says, Fender lost that lawsuit. Strat and Tele body shapes are public domain. Yeah, you're right. And thank God for that. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. Like, but I don't know, man. Some things are just really, really, really unnecessary. I would think. I understand that as a company you need some protection so that if you innovate on something, not everybody jumps in and just steals it from you. You know? But, like, for a body shape that everybody else uses. Come on. You know what I mean? If it was only Dean using them, then I'm like, you're right. Fine. Everybody else is already using that same body shapes anyways. Gibson did lose to PRS. You're right. I followed that one too. More than one suit, by the way. More than one lawsuit. Yeah. Because I know they had some lawsuits regarding the name, Ted McCarty's name, or Theo, something like that. Theodore. There was a lawsuit on that. There was a lawsuit on the single cut shape. Yeah. So. Anyways, talking about unnecessary things, check this out. I saw this on the news and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, there was this like weird thing that Fender does. You guys remember Fender produced kitchen sponges? We covered it in like a stream a very long time ago. One of the earlier streams. Fender did kitchen sponges. And I was like, this is like one of those Fender guitars kitchen sponge. These are literal kitchen sponges. Oh, there we go. That's my stream. That was our stream number 20 that we talked about it. God damn it, the Google search showed us here. I like it. Yeah, these are my videos. I like it. Okay, so Fender kitchen sponges came out and they were shaped like amplifiers. And I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. This is like a meaningless gimmick that, you know, it's just unnecessary. And then shortly after, shortly after I saw this whole Gibson stuff online, I saw this article. D'Addario launched a glove to clean your guitar. And I'm like, really? It's just like... Sheldon says it's called merchandising. I get that, but can the merch be a useful piece of thing? Like, can it be? Can we please do something that is like slightly more useful? Like, make a normal guitar cloth, color it differently. Why the glove? And this is the thing. I'm a fan of D'Addario's. I think D'Addario NYXL strings are the best ones in the market, hands down. There is not even a competition, in my opinion. They got good guitar straps with good locking systems. Why? Doroteo says, that deserves my signature, bro. With the sponge? Shaolin says, you don't find sponges useful? In guitar world? No. In kitchen, yes. But in the guitar world, I don't. I don't know. What do you do with a what do you do to your guitar with a sponge? Clean the frets? Yeah. Doroteo says, Elixir strings are the best for me. They're pretty good strings too. You're right. Yeah, the sponge. Yeah, it needs your signature, bro. Put your name on it. Shaolin says, it's for the kitchen. I get it. I just don't understand why Fender should produce it. That's all. Like, So, okay, so tell me this. Do you think merchandising can have direction? Like, okay. If Gibson came out and produced relic dildos, would you call that also merchandising? I don't think so. You'd be like, all right, well, this is a bit of a stretch because it's not in the realm that Gibson deals with, right? Gibson, please don't sue me. Like, let me just, these are all for entertainment purposes only. None of this stuff discussed in this are statements of facts. These are my opinion only, the disclaimer. But if Gibson came out and did, came out and did like master artisan, relic dildos, You wouldn't call that merchandising, would you? You would just say, look, you know, it's a bit of a stretch, but fine. You know? Shalon says it's for the kitchen money. Yeah, I get it. I'm joking around. Doroteo says next will be the sponge with polish or cleaner in it. Yeah, sure. No, like, here's the thing, right? Make, like, say, like, so, all right, I'll give you guys an example. One of the things I sometimes do when I clean guitar frets, right, is that I use a toothbrush, like an old, really soft toothbrush to clean the fret. So you basically put your fretboard cleaner, ideally not directly on the thing, you put it on the cloth, you know, you wipe the thing on, and use the same moisture to gently, you know, you gently use the toothbrush to scrub your fretboard if there are some areas that the cloth can't reach well, like closer to the fret ends and so on and so forth, right? Make a toothbrush that has an inner tube in it that allows you to inject fretboard cleaner as you do that. I'm just pulling ideas out of my rear end, right? That makes sense, right? Because you use that for something guitar related. Is it a bit mimicky? Yes. But is there a direct use on a guitar? Yeah. All right, well, that makes sense. Kitchen sponges, I don't know. Like, you polish the guitar with it? Yeah. I don't get it. Like, because the thing is, okay, so maybe I should explain it this way too. Part of it also for me is like, because these like kitchen sponge ideas or you know, guitar cleaning glove ideas, these things don't come out in isolation, especially in these big companies. It's not like sort of one person, one business owner decided, you know what, let's just do it. These are discussed in board meetings. There was a meeting of adults, like adult people sit in a room and talk about, you know, all right, guys, like what are our new ideas? You know, what for R&D? What do we do for this? What do we do for that? And somebody in that meeting stood up and said, all right, guys, let's do, you know, amplifier-shaped kitchen sponges. And in that room, there wasn't an adult to say, listen, shut the hell up. Like, sit down. Like, not one person said that. That has happened for this product. We like, I don't know it for a fact. I just know it's true. Shalon says, bruh, have you seen Joe Bonamassa's website? He sells garden gnomes and you're kidding me. Joe Bonamassa sells cheese graters? You're joking. I gotta check this out. Sorry guys, give me a second. Joe Bonamassa website. I've never seen Joe Bonamassa's website. Joe Bonamassa official store. Where is the cheese grinder? I want to see the cheese grinder. Auto, bags, beanies, blankets, cell phone case. Oh my god. Customizable jewelry, keychains, lighters, towels, and toys. Alright. Oh god. Oh god. The guy is literally just running retail, essentially. That's what he's doing. Jesus Christ.
Baby, come closer. Make me breathe, make me yours. Make me free.
Yeah, Shalon was telling the truth.
Hold me tight.
Yeah, there are cheese knives for you to cut cheese when you're listening to Joe Bonamassa. Shaolin says, if you want to polish frets, get the Miracle all-purpose polishing cloth. They're not bad. They're not bad. I found a sort of like a better, sort of like, I don't know. I just find it a little better to do it the way I'm currently doing, which is essentially I get an old, so I have like some really, really old t-shirts. I'll tell you guys what. And the thing with old t-shirts is that because you wear them, you wash them, you sweat on them, you just got them all, for a long time, the cotton becomes really soft. And this only works really well if the t-shirt or your, whatever it is that you're wearing is 100% cotton. So no elastin, no plastic, no nothing else, just cotton, right? Old school stuff. They're a little bit more expensive, but I really like cotton t-shirts. And if you buy something that is 100% cotton and you wear it for a long time, that fabric becomes really nice and soft. And there will come a time that you can no longer wear the t-shirt. Like after a long time, it just gets destroyed. I had a couple of those, and I basically, instead of throwing them away, I cut those cloths into pieces and I use them for cleaning the guitars, and I just wash them in my washing machine after the cleaning is done. And I reuse them all the time. I found those like perfect fit for purpose. I found them great. So all I now do is that I have a PRS and a Music Nomad guitar fretboard cleaner that I use interchangeably. You just spray it on that, wipe with the moisture. If there's extra bits, just get a soft toothbrush, some old toothbrush, and it does the magic for me. So I kind of stuck to it. But I think I used the Miracle multi-purpose polishing cloth. I think I used it like once or twice, and it wasn't bad, the result of it. Yeah. Yeah. Adam says, dude, have you tried Gibson RD? I have not. What's Gibson RD? What's an RD? Gibson RD? The guitar model you're talking about. No, I haven't tried them before. Out of these like big boy guitars, extended shape guitars, I'm a fan of not even the Explorers. I love the Firebirds, like reverse Firebirds, which I got one of those at home. Like I'm a fan of those for like big boy guitars. Like that's my favorite shape. Yeah. Dorothy says, what the hell? No way. Yeah. No way about what specific thing we talked about. You're talking about Joe Bonamassa's probably. Yeah. Yeah, that was my reaction to it. I've never checked out his website. Really, genuinely no way. Who knew? Joe Bonamassa. I like to call him Joe Bassanova, but he's Joe Bonamassa, okay. Who knew the man sells like freaking, like this is like a whole retail store. Like I didn't know the guy does that. And like if you, alright, let me go back to if you guys have a look, like Bonamassa, it's like all has Bonamassa on it, okay? And Bonamassa, another like JB, JB. Yeah, so he has his name on every single one of those. And I kind of understand too, because the thing is like, I too get an orgasm every time I hear my own name, but I think he's doing it a little too much. I think he's taking it a little far. So yeah. What can I say? Yeah, didn't see that. Joe Bassanova really killed it. Really kicked it out of the thing. Doroteo says Guitar Club. You saw Guitar Club? Saw video. Is it more for intermediate or advanced players? Which one? Are you talking about the YouTube channel, Doroteo? Or are you talking about the school community? I don't know which one you're talking about. So I recently started a new YouTube channel, a second YouTube channel. But I haven't posted like videos in it yet. And I'm sort of trying to plan out how that works. But in parallel, I'm building 2 courses online as we speak on School, the platform, which is like similar to Patreon. It's like the same concept, but it's called School, SKOOL, School. And I'm building 2 courses there, and that also is called Guitar Club. So which ones are you talking about? Ryu, what's happening, pal? How are you? We're good. We're good. Ryu says, "What? Just home from work. What's up, all? Yeah, man, we're good. How you doing? Welcome back home. How was work?" Vadim says, "I thought about Firebird, but not Gibson. Something Japanese or Korean, at least, just to feel it out. I saw Bill's Brothers Firebird once that really interested me. Yeah, Firebirds are great, dude. I really like the shape. The best way forward, honestly, Vadim, go to a store, try out. Play with them. And you're under no obligation to buy any guitars. Just go and try and see if you like it or not. With the Firebird I bought, I'll show you guys. So with the Firebird, the story is actually pretty crazy. Like, again, it's a testament that to the fact that even if you go to a store and you make a judgment about the guitar, you could be wrong. Like, so you're really, like, the store is the best way to go. But let me bring it out. Give me a second. So this is my Firebird. It's an Epiphone. It's the inspired by Custom Shop Epiphone Firebird. So the pickup is actually a Custom Shop pickup, but the rest of it is like a normal Firebird, and I love this guitar. Now, funny enough, and I told it on the live stream when we were talking about this guitar when I just bought it. The thing I was talking about was that, look, when I first went to the store and I tried it, I hated the neck. It was too big and chunky for me, right? I just didn't feel it at all. It didn't feel nice. I played it, right? And I came back home and I just didn't buy it. And Mrs. Peachy's was like, "Hey, what happened? I thought you liked that guitar online, and I thought you were gonna come back home with it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I played with it. The neck didn't feel nice at all." Then goes on like 4 or 5 days, and I can't stop thinking about this guitar for some reason. And I'm like, all right, screw it. Let me just go back and play with it again. So I go back to the exact same store. Thank God there were different staff on that day, so I didn't feel as embarrassed going in. And I'm like, hey, there was this, like, you know, I didn't even like acknowledge that I was there in that same store 4 days ago trying the same guitar. And I was like, hey, can I, you know, I saw this and it looks great. So yeah, and then they brought it down. Again, I played with it a little, and this time I was like, oh, it's not that bad at all. And then I played it for like 10-15 minutes and I vibed with it. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. And now I love this guitar. Now I adore putting this guitar on a really low strap and just playing like simple rhythm stuff on it, or some Metallica. So I was playing Metallica's Enter Sandman solo on this like yesterday. And I love it. So go to a store, try it, and even if you try it, like, try it twice. Like, I mean, if you like it, you know, maybe you can buy it, or you can wait a couple of days and then go back and buy it. And this is the thing, right? If the store owner doesn't think that you're there being disrespectful to them or completely wasting their time, because there are a lot of people that are not nice to them. There really are wasting people's time, but we're not that, right? We're not about that. If the store owner doesn't believe that, you can go in and check things out. And so go and try things out, man. Go and try things out. The thing with guitars is that after, like, when you buy your second guitar and then more from the second guitar, it's now an emotional purchase. Like, it's not a need purchase any longer, right? More often than not. Not always, but more often than not. So go in, try it out, give yourself some time. Guitar buying should be a fun process. It's like guitar buying should be like wine tasting. Like, you don't do wine tasting so that you find the ideal wine at the end only. One of the purposes of wine tasting is for you to figure out what the ideal wine for you is at the end. That's one of the purposes, right? But the process of tasting on its own is a fun activity of its own. You know, you try a little bit, you have a chat with a friend, spit it away, have some like blue cheese to clear your palate, and then you try another brand. You know what I mean? The whole thing on its own, it's a fun activity, and this is how you should treat buying guitars. Yeah. So. Vadim says, I thought about Firebird, but not Gibson. Yeah, we talked about it, yeah. Doroteo says, yes, sir, YouTube channel. Yeah, so I started that YouTube channel. I was thinking to put longer format tutorials in there. Because right now, all the music theory that I teach on YouTube, the free stuff, all of it is as shorts. And they all go for about between 2 minutes, 55 seconds to 3 minutes. So almost 3 minutes each. But to be honest with you, like one of the things that pains me about creating these shorts is that I have to like cut a lot of the things that I say. So I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it short. And that sometimes is not easy. It takes hours to tune it in. Hours and hours to tune it in. So like, for example, I'll tell you guys, like the last short we did had 30,000 views. Why jazz players avoid distortion. Now this is a simplified video, like a simplified explanation of how distortion works. One aspect of distortion, by the way, right? And I had 3 minutes. The original cut of this video was, I think, 6 or 7 minutes. And then I just shaved a bit more, and then I brought it down to 3 minutes so YouTube allows me to post it as a short. So that second channel, I think I'll use it for posting like longer format tutorials. Yeah. All right, let me put this baby back. Give me a second. All right. Vadim says, Shaolin says, that's why Bonamassa has 459 original Fender Tweed and a horde of 59 Les Pauls. Yeah, he had to fund those, isn't he? Yeah, the guy has like dozens of guitars that each cost like more than a house. He's insane. His collection is insane. Vadim says, Gibson RD is unusual, by the way. It's 25.5-inch scale and really skinny neck. Ah, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know much about RDs. Nice color. Yeah, the pink colors are great. It's called, I'll show you what the guitar is. Epiphone inspired by custom Firebird 1. And so you got Firebird 1 and you got Firebird 5s and all that, like different models of Firebird, right? So this was the reissue of the first Firebird that came out. And the color is called Heather Poly. Let me move myself so you can see it. So Epiphone inspired by Gibson Custom Shop, 1963, Firebird 1 in Heather Poly. That was the guitar you just saw. It's destiny. Robot Shlomo, how are ya? Robot Shlomo says, guitar buying is fun, but I had one that a few years down the road find myself saying, what was I thinking? Oh, we've all been there. We have all been there. And then you have to sell it at a loss if you really don't want it around. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, brother. I feel ya. Shaolin says, oh God, that's one of those. Shaolin says, the Lord outfit is wild. How much weed did you smoke that day? Oh God, you killing me. This is what Adam is talking about. That Lord is called Lord Cleft of Bigsby, by the way, for those of you who are interested. It is called Lord Cleft of Bigsby. And he is the 18th century music theory instructor. Theory of the lute, by the way, not guitar. I did not smoke anything on that day. This is not letting go. Robo Shlomo says, glad to know it's not just me. I can assure you it's not. And there's a lot of people that should be acknowledging it too, but they don't. They don't tell you publicly. But yeah, we've all done that. Part of it, to be honest with you, Robo, part of it also is the fact that sometimes you don't know until you try, right? Like, I know for a fact that I really like the shape of a Gibson Les Paul or a PRS single cut, that like Les Paul shape, right? I love it aesthetically, like the look of it. It doesn't work for my body. I had an ESP EC100, ESP LTD EC100, a limited edition in Gold Andromeda and Fishman Fluence pickups. By all measures, a superb guitar, very well built. Pickups sounded great for metal, had 2 different voicings. Great guitar overall. I sold it. Just that boxy Les Paul shape doesn't work for me. Like, the guitars that work best for me are almost always have been the Super Strats. Right? And I like the shape of Super Strats too, but I wouldn't have known that this is how my body works had I not had bought that Les Paul shaped guitar and played with it for a year. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the times it's just a matter of you figuring yourself out, because the truth of the matter is, and I am guilty of it, and I know a lot of people are also guilty of it. Now, guilty is a bad word, but we all done it, right? We've all done it. A lot of our guitar purchases are just based on the looks of the guitar, let's be honest, right? Even for somebody like me that, you know, when I go and buy a guitar, I look at the pickups, I look at the fretwork, I look at, like, I inspect my guitars before I bought it, because I'm nerdy about it. But even for somebody like me who does this every day, like talking about guitars, reading about guitars, playing guitars, a lot of the stuff I look at and I like are just based on the look. The look is the first barrier of entry a lot of times. So, yeah. Zuhair, oh, you're back. Hey, Zuhair. Zuhair says, will you do this upcoming Saturday's live stream? I'm at work, just checking in. Yeah. Our streams are back on its regular schedule. Just last week, I couldn't do it because of the fretting masterclass that I had to do on both days. Zuhair says, what did you say about if soldering is easy to learn for beginners? It's really easy to learn for beginners, and there are practice kits. There are literally like practice boards that you can just buy for very cheap on Amazon, and it gives you instructions and you can practice your hand control. Shaolin says, Lord of Weed of Ganja. No, Lord of Weed of Ganja has dreads. I just have a Victorian wig. But by the way, you guys can't believe it. This white wig is extremely hard to fit. I don't know if my wig was too small. But as I was doing it, I always wondered how the lawyers and judges actually do it, like when they put that stuff on. Surely for them it's a little looser, but I don't know. Yeah. Robo says, with me it was a Yamaha RevStar Element. Oh my, really? Okay. I fell into the trap and I said it plays really well. I'm gonna use this Papa Smurf Blue. Oh god, okay. They're good guitars too. For those who don't know, this is what Robo's talking about. Yamaha Ref Star Elemente. There we go. This is what Robo's talking about. Yeah, they're good guitars. I get it, man. It's a pain. Well, now you know, right? The good thing is that now you understand how your body works and how you as a guitar player like things. So that's good in that sense. That's what Robo had, everybody. For those who are wondering. Yeah. I think we've talked about this guitar on one of the earlier streams when we talked about Ref Stars. Yeah. Ryu says, ever visited the US? You sound like you have lived in America. Don't sound Australian. You're right, yeah. Half of a lot of my family and relatives are Americans. I was born in Tokyo, Japan. But a lot of my family relatives they're all in America. California and Texas predominantly. I have an uncle that lives in West Virginia. Country boy, but yeah. I wasn't like born in Australia or anything, no. Yeah, despite the fact that I spent almost all of my adult life here, like, aside from traveling around a little. Good catch. I was having a chat with Mrs. Peaches. We may actually move to Texas or Florida. Because Mrs. Peaches is Latina, and that makes her life a lot easier to go and visit her parents. And music scene obviously is crazy good. Metal scene is great in Texas. So are the Texas in Texas. So many good things about Texas. So we may actually move to Texas. So we're talking about it. Yeah. Shaolin says wigs and weed string. Let go. If you were here, I'd be like, my oh my, guys. Let's get to the favorite part of the stream because the music is playing. The favorite part of the stream music is playing. So let's do our favorite part of the stream. That is me opening a can to your health. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today again. And apologies we didn't have the stream on the weekend. Thank you so much for joining me today. I mean, it's like the highlight of the week for me, so. Let me open this. To your health, guys. Thank you so freaking much. Cheers. I love this song, by the way. To your health, to your health, to your health. Good to see everybody. Thank you for hanging out. What more can I say? I'm even gonna show you my red eyes. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, today. Appreciate you. I really do. All right, my eyes are just like killing me. Go back. Give me my shades back. Ryu says, I used to live in Houston, Texas. Hated it. Really? Okay. A really, really good family friend of mine lives there, and she loves it, actually. What happened? Cheers, man. Robo says, now I want a Pepsi. Go get it, baby. Go get it. Like it, go get it. Go get a slab of Pepsi. This is a replacement for beer for me, because I stopped drinking since 2019. and I need something to keep my urges to drink beer in check and to drink alcohol in general. And this is like Pepsi and Coke and cans of green tea are like the closest alternative for me. Cherry Coke. Oh. Okay, is that what you're into? Can I tell you something? It never worked for me. Like the flavored stuff, like outside the normal, like standard taste of Pepsi and Coke, never worked for me. I tried so many of them. Cherry, vanilla. My God, I couldn't do vanilla. I couldn't have a sip of that thing. And some people love it, but for some reason your boy couldn't do it. Yeah. Anyways, shall we jump to the next item on the docket? This was a guitar that I saw and I thought it's a very nice and decent guitar. Like I thought that was an interesting guitar with its build. Let's talk about it. It was the AZ240 27 Prestige. It's a made in Japan Ibanez. And I was checking it out over the weekend as I was like traveling to the workshop. And I thought it kind of looked great. It's nice, simple, old school look. And on the first look, like that roasted maple fretboard is a nice match of the burst of the guitar. I just thought it was a great guitar, so I thought it worth having a chat about. So right off the bat, obviously the first thing I noticed about it was, not caramelized, like roasted maple, I guess, and the burst in a modern kind of guitar. It is made with a straight sort of angled neck, so that the neck has a straight angle. You can say that because of the string tree that you got going on there for 3 strings, interestingly enough. So for all treble strings are going under that string tree. So what it tells you is that the headstock doesn't have an angle. Very, very closer to a guitar neck that is built with a Fender guitar neck paradigm, and that's nice. The fret head's nice and rolled. I mean, you expect that from a Japanese Prestige. Yeah, but overall, it looks nice and simple, and we dig that. It has this like standard Ibanez carve there for like a better neck hug when you get to higher registers. We like that. And here you go. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. When it comes to specs now, check this out. The neck is an AZ7 Oval C with an Aztec wood roasted maple neck. Now, the Aztec wood roasted maple neck is just Ibanez's caramelized maple roasted maple. Essentially, the idea is you put the maple in an oxygen-less environment, an oven, a machine, whatever you want to call it. So you suck all the oxygen out, you replace it with nitrogen, and then you add temperature. And when you take the oxygen out, it doesn't burn the wood, it just roasts the wood, it caramelizes it, and it reduces the moisture in the wood, like to a significant degree. Because usually, like when these woods go through a drying process, they bring their moisture down to about 6%. When you have a roasted maple neck, it gets a little lower than that a lot of times. So that's the idea behind that. But Oval C, that's interesting. I've never played with an Oval C guitar neck, so I thought that's an interesting spec. Have you guys ever played with it? Like, have you guys ever played with an Ibanez that has the Oval C? Because I was expecting something thinner for this, but I don't know whether it is actually the case or not. Because if it says oval, it makes me feel like there's a bit of extra. I could be wrong, so I don't know much about this shape of the neck. Ryu says, new Ibanez 26 models were hot at NAMM. I agree with you. The new Ibanez 26 model is really good. Alpha obviously took all the thing. This was one of those guitars, so this actually is from that catalog. Yeah. Vadim says, I played that 7 Ibanez, I liked it. And the 6 AZ, which have the 42mm nut. You're right, okay. Interesting. Yeah, look, I mean, I get your point about 42 mil nut. I was thinking about it the other day, by the way. I was in a workshop and I was removing a nut from a guitar neck, and I was like, yeah, I get it. You know, I get why he likes a lesser string distance. So yeah, I get that. All right, so top and back and body is all alder. Really nice and you know, balanced kind of tone wood. Fretboard is also roasted maple fretboard with black dot inlays. We can see that. Jumbo stainless steel frets with prestige fret edge treatment. It's just rounded fret ends, basically. 24 frets. Goda bridge. That's your bridge. I was supposed to stay there a little longer, but that didn't happen. That's okay. Okie dokie. String space is 10.5 mil, and it comes with Seymour Duncan Hyperion 7 on the neck and also on the bridge. Comes with standard tuning, so your B standard. It's a 7th string after all. And it comes with D'Addario EXLs. 1059. Yeah, so crazy, huh? Even for like guitars that like almost every factory, like every manufacturer now sending their strings out with 10s. It used to be the 9s. Like 942s used to be the thing. Now it's back to 1046. I use 9.5s, by the way, for anybody's interested. The string gauge I use is 9.5 44, and I use D'Addario and YXLs, and I like they're the best, honestly. So good. Anyways, Graphtec Black Tusk XL nut. The guitar is with 25.5 inch in scale, 47 mil at the nut, the width, and 66 mils. Okay, so the thickness, there we go. 20.5 mil on the first fret, 22.5. Okay, so this is not thin, but it's not like a thick guitar neck either. Like it's not a 19 mil, like, you know, neck on the first fret. It's not that for sure. It's a little thicker. Okay, interesting. And the radius, what's 305 millimeters in inches? Millimeters to inches. It's like, what is that, 14? 14 inches? 305? 12 inches. My apologies. So 12 inches in radius. A little rounder than what you would expect. There we go. 5-way pickup switch with push and pull. Look at these configs. Hee-ha. Tell me, what are we doing here? Description, open it up. So when the altar switch is in the neck position, power tap mode is on. When the altar switch is in the bridge position, power tap mode is off. When power tap mode is off and the pickup selector is in the neck is selected. But when the switch is in between neck and center, the bridge side of the neck pickup and the neck side of the bridge pickup are selected. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. Nice. Go to locking machine heads. Lumen lace side dots. Hard shell case included. I love that. This is not the image of the same guitar, is it? What is this doing here? That's not the same headstock. Because the neck is a single piece neck. It's not a multiply neck. I think they made a mistake on the website. Just should like it. Just take a photo of the actual guitar. What is this? That's misleading. They should fix it. There we go. Nice. Yeah. Overall, an interesting guitar. I found it interesting. I wonder whether it's available on Sweetwater. How much is this? Let's see. $2,500. Holy smokes. Okay. Pretty good guitar. That's the crazy price tag. And the reviews are good on this baby. Interesting. Vadim says reminds me of Horizon 3 neck, but a little bit flatter on the back. Yeah, a little flatter on the back is what I thought too. Yeah, I'd be keen to try it out. I don't remember playing with an Ibanez that has the oval C that it's talking about here. So it should go on my list for sure. Yeah. Vadim says it's more like Jackson's Soloist thin, maybe a bit smaller. Really like the neck. If I was ever to buy Ibanez again, it would be an AZ. Yeah, the AZ models are great. Out of all the models they've got, I think AZ right now like is one of the top ones for sure. Like, check out. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever buy an RG again, to be fully honest with you guys. Did I have an RG? Did I own one? I didn't own an RG. Okay, I owned a Gem. I remember now. So it wasn't an RG, no. But I don't think I'll ever buy an RG. Vadim, this is what you should buy. In your next Ibanez purchase, go for the Alpha. Be a man. Do the right thing. Forget about the AZ, the RGD. Forget about everything. The Iceman. Go for the Alpha. And for those who are wondering, this is the Alpha. Go for it, Vadim. You know you want to. Shaolin says, you know it's too much when you need an instruction book to use the controls. Good point. That's a really good point, actually. I agree with you in a lot of ways. Because sometimes, like, when I play with guitars that got more going on, like, after sometimes I just want something simpler. So I get it. I got that. Like, one of the things I really love about the Explorer I showed you guys earlier, it's just it has one pickup and that's it. No, nothing fancy, just one pickup and a volume and a tone knob. And in my eyes, it would have been even better if it had only the volume knob. I don't even want the tone knob on it. One pickup, one volume knob, fixed bridge, let's go. There's something to be said about simplicity. I agree with you there. A lot of times I find myself gravitated towards fixed bridges as opposed to, say, tremolo, like double locking system. Simple volume control as opposed to weird stuff going on. Yeah, I get it. I agree with you. Shaolin says only 4 reviews and they already have an open box price. Don't think it's selling. I wouldn't make that judgment if I were you. You could be right, but for like a large number of guitars on Sweetwater, like the reviews are like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a lot of the guitars, I wouldn't judge it based on that. But you could be right. Yeah. Doroteo says, Puro, Houston, Texas. Ryu Smith, orale, homie. Oh, we have a man from Texas here. You don't talk crap about Texas when a Texan is in the house. Hell yeah. Good state of Texas. Listen, like no location in the world is ever perfect, right? So, like, for example, Texas's electric power grid, not ideal, right? So, nowhere is perfect, but you gotta look at your priorities, what you like, who you are as a person, and then make a choice. But great state of Texas. Vadim says oval C, just C. I think you could be right. I'm not making any comment on it on purpose because I haven't personally played with it. So you could be very well right here. Vadim says Xiphus, that shape is awesome. Oh yeah, The one that they made after the X. There we go. Yeah. I think, what's his face? The guy with the big nose that plays in Polyphia. Not Tim Henson. You guys know the other guy's name? The blondie? With big nose? Like, he has a French surname. Scott something? I think his name is Scott. I forgot his surname. He got one of these, I think. That he plays with it. I think it's a white one, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Doroteo says the Alpha won't stand the test of time compared to the RG and the AZ or the Xiphus models. You are on the money. The key word here for anybody that read Doroteo's comment there in the chat, he says the test of time. You're absolutely right. You're on the money there. It's a trend. Alpha, the shape is a trendy shape. It's not a last long, like, you know what I mean? It's not like the Metallica of guitars. It's like some new fashionable metal band that no one's gonna remember in 10 years. Kind of a vibe. I get it. You're right. The thing is, for any guitar shape to be memorable, for any guitar shape to stick, it has to be new but familiar. That's like, it has to have that feature for it to stick. Otherwise, it won't. Not like it won't. It's unlikely that it will. So, yeah. And by the way, like these kind of models coming from like Abasi concepts, like from Tosin's company, those are a lot more likely to stick because that's what Tosin does. You know what I mean? That's his thing. That's his niche. Whereas Ibanez is like a wide range of stuff. Like you think Tosin Abasi concepts, you think like modern crazy looking guitar like Kaizen or Emi or things of that nature. You think Ibanez, you don't think this. You know what I mean? So I think Doroteo is right. It's unlikely, it's less likely that it stands the test of time. I agree with you. Vadim says flatter than Horizon 3 neck because it's U-shaped, but really reminds C. Ibanez AZ has about the same thickness, but more C. Interesting. Okay. Shalon says it's $600 off. Is it? Where? Where did you see it $600 off? You could be right. I genuinely don't know. So you saw it somewhere for like 1800, 1700, 1900 rather. Vadim says it's definitely not Ibanez RG Gem flat and thin. Yeah. Doroteo says it gets super hot in Texas during the summer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It does get pretty hot in there, isn't it? I was talking to a friend who's going to move to Arizona, and he was talking about like them going out at night hunting scorpions, and I'm like, why would you do that? Is that a Texas thing too? Like, are there many scorpions in Texas? Do you see many? Ryu says Florida is almost perfect. Florida is great. A lot of culture, a lot of salsa, a lot of Latinos. A lot of good drinks, a lot of fun Cuban stuff to do. You know, the weather. Sometimes in the year, the weather. Can't have everything, but Florida's a great state too. Thanks, Shaolin. Scott LePage. Yeah, told you his surname sounds French. Scotty LePage. He plays he plays Xiphus in one of the videos. Yeah. Doroteo says Scott LePage from Polyphia. Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That's his name. You're right. Ryu says in the southern area. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean Miami. Right. Vadim says Scott LePage. Yep, that's the one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the clarification. Yeah. Doroteo says, I like gent compared to glam rock or thrash metal. Won't stand the test of time. Like gent compared to glam metal. Bleh. Let's start again. Hold on. I'm losing it. Doroteo says, like gent compared to glam rock or thrash metal, it won't stand the test of time. Facts. I hear you. As a person who likes gent, it hurts my heart a little, but I think you have a point. Yeah. Look, gent is a little different though. You know why gent is a little different? Gent is a little different because gent is an evolution of a genre of music in a world where that genre has evolved so many times and those evolutions got accepted by chunks of crowds. Like, that's why we have so many subgenres of metal. Like, thrash metal, heavy metal, black metal, doom metal, symphonic metal, goth metal. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we have so many variations of this label and whatever, and the different chunks of people like different versions of it, right? And so that evolution is more accepted in the music community as opposed to sort of the conservative taste of the guitar community. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Also, second thing to keep in mind, and not like we might have touched on it like in earlier streams, but the thing about music is that now we are so in our own silos when we're listening to music, right? Like these days when I go on and check like this like top charted whoever artist on Spotify, I only like recognize one or two people or bands. And that's not because we're getting old, it's just because we have Spotify now and everybody can just go on and listen to whatever they like, as opposed to back in the 90s where you had MTV and two other channels and they dictated the culture. You know what I mean? So like the reason why bands like Metallica stand this test of time is not only because they made like supernatural music, which they did. Their music is like nothing else matters in my opinion. Sorry guys. Nothing Else Matters in my opinion is one of the best songs ever written in the history of mankind. Go back, listen to Nothing Else Matters. It has everything from different ideas to expansion of different ideas to how each idea and its expansion got linked and chained together. What chord progressions are used, what melodies are. Just go and listen to Nothing Else Matters again a little bit more analytically. It's one of the best songs ever written in the history of mankind. So there's no questions about it. But one of the things that contributed to Metallica's long-lasting popularity, and not just Metallica, Slayers, the Megadeths, the Anthrax, that era, is the fact that back in those days, there were central channels of distribution that dictated the culture. We had like 2 or 3 channels to go to, and that was it. Now there's no such a thing. There's YouTube channels, there's Spotify, so there's AI now. You don't even have to go to YouTube to listen to somebody else's music. You can make your own music the way you like it. It can customize it for your personality. The backing tracks you guys are listening to on this very stream are all AI generated. And the reason I did them all like AI generated, because it helps me to have good music without the risk of getting copyright infringements on my channel, which is like a big concern for every person that create content or goes live. It's a huge concern for us. All of these tunes that you guys are listening to right now are AI generated. And I'm like, hey, give me something that sounds a little Brazilian, has guitars in it. It's good for like a backing track, right? Like this one. I love this tune. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, we're all in our own silos, and so that's another reason why. That's the reason why a lot of the genres are not gonna be like, last that long. Like Gent. So won't be surprised if Gent lasts a little longer. But like it's gonna be a variation of Gent, just like how Gent was created as a variation of metal. Yeah.
Just this quiet feeling. Stay right where you are.
Isn't this nice?
The glow we made. If this moment disappears, let it fade this way. Your hand is barely touching, but I feel the heat.
Okay. Shaolin says, look under the price tag. Certified open box. Oh, okay. God damn it, you're right. Sorry, dude. Didn't see it. You're absolutely right. Or we have a certified open box model for $1,900. You're absolutely right. Thanks for that clarification. Doroteo says, no scorpions in Houston, Texas. Florida is hurricane nation. Woof. Yeah, a lot of hurricanes in Florida. But great state of Florida. In a world where everything is regulated and just like, don't do this, don't do that, this red tape, that's inappropriate, this and that. There's like a couple of places like Florida and Texas are like, you know what, man, do your thing. Don't bother anybody. Your ability to punch ends when my nose starts, basic, these common sense stuff, and then, go do your thing. And it just feels like fresh breeze for me. You know what I mean? Because like in the spirit of rock and roll, man, be wild, do crazy things, get out there, take on, risk something and have fun and live, as opposed to well, this isn't appropriate, you shouldn't do that, let me live, bro. I grew up with rock and roll. let me play my guitar and headbang and have a good time and live. 3 being 1, what's happening? Says canonical doesn't get old. It's thousands of years old. We just discovered it. Okay. What is canonical? I wonder. Let me Google that so I don't embarrass myself. Canonical meaning. What is that? Is an art of performing percussion syllabus vocally in South Indian Carnatic music. How would you even know this name? I didn't know what that is. Canonical is the art of performing. All right, hold on. Is the art of performing percussion syllables vocally in South Indian Carnatic music. Like daga 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 da daga da. Like God, I think I know what it is. I could be wrong. Doroteo says, don't forget Silent Lucidity from Queenside. All similar, Nothing Else Matters, been weddings, funerals, and anniversaries. Yeah, some songs like that, right? They're good songs. There's no questions about it, but it's just that they're so gonna be around forever, not just because they're great songs. There are other things to it too. That was the point that I was making. But you're right. Shaolin is not true. Mainstream record companies did not back metal groups. Only when they discovered metal heads buy a ton of merch, they started getting into that. Okay, that's interesting. Let us. How about Shaolin? How about we both check this claim together and we can talk about it on the next stream. You could be very well right. I have a feeling that, you're right. There was always a stigma about metal music. And in the 90s, even early 2000s, there was a lot of reservations about whether you put them on radio stations and so on and so forth. But there's always also stories about how the band's music being so good that those reservations were kind of like, cast aside. Like it's a very good example of that was System of a Down. Not one radio station in California was willing to play their songs, and then System came out with like I think Chop Suey or something, which then there was like, all right, screw it, like we're gonna have to play these guys, like they're kicking ass right now. I think it was Chop Suey that changed it. I could be wrong, but I know, and part of their like System of a Down story, there was a time where nobody wanted to play them, and then they just turned it around. But let's check on this claim, both of us. Let's check on this together, separately, and then we'll talk about it together after. Ryu says ballads. Doroteo says I like it, sounds ballady. Are you guys talking about Silent Lucidity? Is that what we're talking about? Ryu says we can carry guns openly. Yeah, definitely you can. Texas, baby. Vadim says just started listening to Born of Osiris, which is a little gent and a lot of death metal. They're good. I think I've listened to a couple of their tunes. Shaolin says Metallica and metal went mainstream with the Black Album, and Headbangers Ball on MTV was a small show at midnight. Yeah, Black Album really did it, didn't it? And Doroteo says in Texas is also open carry, but it's better to conceal it. Ryu was from Florida. Sorry, brother. Yeah, Ryu, you're a Floridian. Completely forgot. For a second, I thought you were a Texan too. You're a Floridian. I think you told me earlier. Doroteo says in Texas you can also do an open carry, but it's better to conceal it. Don't let your enemy know what you have to get them by surprise. Yeah. I mean, you're going to need a permit. But, be law-abiding. Don't bother nobody. Live your life free. Do your thing. You know what I mean? All right. Guys, in that spirit, I think we've been on for a couple of hours. I'm gonna call it a day. I have a hard stop literally right now, so I'm gonna have to call it a day. But we will do another stream this week, I think, before we do our weekend stream. And on the next stream, one of the things I'll be doing is that I'll be starting to, so I'm sort of like introducing new elements to the stream. And on the next stream, what we will be doing is that we will be talking about, I'll be starting to change pickups on one of the guitars and talk to you guys about wirings and what I do to change pickups and all that jazz. And these are like basic stuff that a lot of you guys know about, I know, but hopefully like that my perspective, my way of doing things will hopefully give you a new perspective. So when you guys are modding your guitars, you're playing around at home, you can do it. And if you've never done it before, hopefully it inspires you to do more. So I'm trying to introduce these little things in addition on the stream. So on the next stream, hopefully, we will then, I'll bring out all the equipment, get everything ready. We first talk about Guitars Online. We'll go through a couple of other items I actually want to discuss with you guys that I didn't get to do it. I wanted to talk to you guys about this, but we'll talk about it on the next stream. So I got a couple of items left that I want to talk to you about. So we'll talk about those first, get them out of the way, and then I'll bring the equipment out. I'll get all the extra cameras and everything else like this one ready, and then I'll play some backing tracks, and then we'll just chill and hang out, and you guys can put questions in the chat, and I answer them to the best of my abilities while I'm rewiring and changing the pickups on my new guitar. Not a new guitar, one of the guitars. So we'll be introducing stuff like this a little, and then I've ordered a guitar neck and a bunch of equipment that I'll get them sometime in March. So in about a month, 3 weeks to a month. And once those arrive, then I'll be starting to do some refretting work on stream. So we can check it out together and do it together and have fun doing it together. So there's going to be a lot of that. And what I have to do is to create a lot more backing music, like nice, fun music that you guys can just vibe and it chills you down, and not chills you, like chills you out as you're looking at it. listening to it, not looking at it. All right. With that said, guys, thank you so damn much for hanging out. Appreciate you as always. And yeah, if what can I say? Like, I say this at the end of every video, right? But just remember that we live only once. We live literally only once. So if you like playing the guitar, prioritize it. Got a loved one, hug your loved one, tell them you love them. Do what you love, because we're not getting younger. So these damn seconds ain't coming back. Have a lot of fun with your guitar. That's all I say. Here's the thing, right? Because we take a lot of crap during the week, whether it's work, whether it's other responsibilities, a lot of things as adults we have to do that we might not always enjoy doing, right? And those are important. You got to do it. Surely there can be an hour or two in the day that you're like, you know what? That hour is mine. Once in a while, right? You know what I mean? Just take that hour away. Pick up what pick up your guitar and do what you love. That's all I say. So, and I say it at the end of every week. Guys, with that said, love you all. Take a good care of yourself. Have a super week ahead of you. And I'll see you on the next stream. Mwah! Love you guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next. Thank you all. Woo!
of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.